Hey everyone, I am here with Dominique, and she is a student.
Hello.
Hey girl, hey! And she is a student of Persuade to Profit. She did it in October of 2018. And we were just catching up, and she told me about this, like, a couple of really amazing things actually that happened as a result of her joining Persuade to Profit. And she agreed to share the story. So thank you, Dominique.
You're welcome. Yeah, I joined, I was in the October class and I was mentioning that I had so many things kind of make sense in my mind because of a lot of the work that I did with the Persuade to Profit program. So I've been an entrepreneur for 5 years, but I would say operationally, things have been just do what you can when you can. So Persuade to Profit really pushed me to not only identify who I am, what I'm doing, and who I'm selling it to, but bigger than that, it forced me to identify like what my blocks are and what my strengths are. So in October, when I realized, okay, I'm really good at this, I went to a potential client at the time and was just like, hey, here's what I'm really good at. And they hired me on the spot, and it was like a huge national client. It's a very big deal. It's very exciting for me. But I was able to kind of highlight those things in a way that I don't think I've ever been able to say clearly before because I was so concerned with my weaknesses and so
Yeah, girl.
concerned, yeah, like just so concerned about how everything was going to show up when I presented myself in front of an opportunity. Um, so I would say that's the biggest thing. It boosted my confidence, but it also gave me the proof, I guess, or like like it was easier to be like, oh yeah, I'm really good at this because of this, you know?
Yeah, so that's actually really common. We hear that from a lot of students, especially after they go through week one of the program. One of the things that we hear is they get so much validation from the market research. Like they start realizing they were good at things that they probably just weren't giving themselves enough credit for, or they get validation from their audiences or whatever clients they might have, and then suddenly it's like a huge confidence boost. Because sometimes we're so like busy working that we just don't notice.
Right.
And then the other thing that you mentioned, which is really cool, I actually don't talk about the group itself a whole lot in my marketing. I promised I would change that in 2019 because I've heard of you guys doing such amazing things together, right? But you actually, once the program was done, one of the things that students in Persuade to Profit get is you get access to a Facebook group with other students. And it has come to my attention that students like Dominique, are actually in sort of like little, like smaller groups with other students, and you guys are holding each other accountable even after the program is done. So, can you speak a little bit to that? Because one of the things I hear the most from people is, I'm starting a business, I'm doing this thing, but like I have no one to talk to about this. I have no one to lean on. Like no one around me gets it. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. And I want to take it just a step further, a step back from where what you mentioned. I was actually recommended to Persuade to Profit from a coworker of mine who was aware that I had my own business on the side, and she was like, "I think this would really help kind of clear some of your concerns." So she did the August class, I did the October class, and we both kind of transitioned with the ups and downs of our day job and kind of trying to be able to do both and balance both. So we found each other to be very like accountable for our things with Amanda. So we would literally be like, okay, are you going to work on this thing with Persuade to Profit tonight? Okay, great. Let's work on it and let's debrief. We decided to add a third person to our group just to have that dynamic of a triangle versus like a line between two people. And it has been so amazing. I tell them all the time that we're so much more than just Persuade to Profit um, purchasers, like when you think of us as like
Clients, yeah.
what brings us together are clients, we are friends. We're business friends. And it's really great because we start off a lot of our conversations with a lot of the things that we talk about in Persuade to Profit. And to be very honest, from an energetic place, like sometimes it takes you longer to push through a trauma or a block if you've had it for a really long time. And we've been able to kind of hold each other up not only as women, but also women in the DMV area, really focus on different areas of different industries, excuse me, but still able to help each other develop our businesses. And it's been awesome. It's been really, really great.
Yeah, community is huge. And I used to tell people, listen, when I was first starting to get my shit together in this area of my life, like, no, you guys are lucky because like you have like in person and online. When I started, like like it was literally by joining stuff like this or Facebook groups or conferences of like getting to know people online. That's how it all started. Community is huge, especially when you're doing something having to do with money and business. Like you need to be around people where like energetically everybody's going to lift each other up. And that's definitely something really special that has happened in Persuade to Profit. That kind of was planned, because people will tell me do open and close card and like let everybody in and do it on demand. I'm like, no, 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 there's a very special energy here and we're going to keep it.
Yeah.
All right, girl, so tell the
Yeah.
people where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on social at Beast Mode Burst. Um, so that's BEASTMODEBERC. And then I have a few different businesses, so I don't know how that works, but Beast Mode Burst is the place to find me.
Where you'll learn about all about it.
Yeah,
All
where
right.
you'll learn about everything else.
All right, everybody. And if you want to learn more about Persuade to Profit, go to amandaabella.com. That's ABELLA.com /persuade to profit.